Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Clash Mine podcast. It is me, Landon Caitler, here with my co-host, Lucas Oldale. How are you doing today, Lucas Oldale?
I'm doing so great. It was another great week of playing competitive Clash. I played in a couple tournaments this week. Did pretty well. I think I went top 4 at one, top 32 at the other one, and I didn't do so great in the other one. How about you?
You know, I've recently taken up the Clash Royale League, and I'm running for the world's first place, guys. I'm going to go for number 1 in the world on the ladder this season, upcoming with the Evo Executioner. I am so excited. And you know what we're doing today, Lucas?
We're ranking every Clash Royale card?
Every Clash Royale card in the game.
Are we doing Clash Royale Evos?
Yes, Clash Royale Evos, including the new Evolution Executioner, guys.
There's no Evolution Executioner on the list. No Boss Bandit either.
We're crying and shaking.
RIP.
But welcome to the Clash Mine, guys. Today, we have a new tier list for y'all.
Let's go.
Lucas, are you excited about this tier list?
I'm excited for this tier list.
I love Clash Royale.
I love Clash Royale.
I'm so glad that we made the switch from Pokemon to Clash Royale. I really hope the viewers really
I hate
enjoy
Pokemon
it.
so much, man. That game got so boring.
Literally, get Pokemon out of here. I've never liked Pikachu in my life, but you know what I love?
Skeletons.
No. Hog Rider! You know what I love, Lucas? That's what I love.
That's fair.
2.6 for life.
2.6 is boring as hell.
You know what we should do to
You know what my favorite card is? Rocket.
No,
I love Rocket.
I want to start off the tier list strong here.
Okay.
You know where we're going to go?
No.
Straight into the
Oh my god, my goat.
Let's go. You know what I love Hog Rider for? I love how the Hog Rider goes straight for the tower. It goes boom, 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 boom. 5 big booms, and it takes out the tower.
Boom, 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 boom.
But Lucas, I love the Hog Rider. Do you love the Hog Rider?
He's pretty okay. I'm not a huge 2.6 fan. I like other cycle defense decks more.
You can play Hog Earthquake. You could play Hog.
I don't like Hog Rider.
Podcast over, guys. Lucas does not like the Hog Rider.
I don't.
But
like
you can play Hog Rider Earthquake. You can play 2.6. You could play Hog Poison. You could play Hog with the Goblinstein. Hog is just very versatile. Win condition. It's been out since the beginning of the game. I've been playing 2.6 since launch. Well, since it's been legal, not quite launched. That was like 2017 it came out. But I love Hog Rider.
He had the Ice Spirit before it came out.
Real. So, Lucas, let's just go. Since we started off with the goat, we can do the rest of the cards.
Let's go the second goat. Let's go second goat.
Second goat? Okay, we can do your goat.
I love Rocket. I think Rocket.
No!
I love Rocket.
Thank goodness for putting it below.
I play Rocket Cycle that plays Skeletons, Evo Ice Spirit, Evo Cannon, Rural Delivery, Rockets, Log, Miner Knight. It's pretty good.
Wow.
I do like that deck a lot.
You do love the Rocket. You love spamming the Rocket on the
Rocket is my first level 15 card.
Wow. You know what? I have an entire level 15 2.6 deck, including all of my tower troops, except the cook. I am not cooking. But I do love my elite level cards. I'm only missing like 15 more to be level 14. And then I've got like
Goblin Curse?
My Goblin Curse is level 14.
RP.
Yeah. Should we go into Skeletons next?
Let's go Skeleton. I think Skeletons is like an objectively S tier card.
True.
I think that card, if you know how to play it and you know its placements, can literally counter like so many cards. It's crazy.
Yeah, Skeletons, 1 elixir for 3 little guys that they can distract. You can kite. They're pretty high DPS as well. If you're playing it on something like a Golem or any other tank like Elixir Golem or Ice Golem, they can take out Giant. Goblin Giant if you have like another tank, so the Spear Goblins don't just take out the Skeletons. But
yeah,
and it just cheapens the cycle. And we're not talking about the evolutions, by the way. The evolutions are ranked separately because they are separate cards. So
Evolution Skeletons isn't this high.
No, they're not. They've kind of fallen off recently.
Yeah,
they're still good, but
all my cycle decks though have replaced Skeletons for Cannon.
So what about regular Bomber?
So I think Bomber is like a B tier.
I think it's like a C tier.
No, I think it has its niche. It's played in a lot of beatdown.
It is, but beatdown isn't that good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty strong.
I think it's pretty strong, but it's not that good. I don't think it's
It might
B
not.
tier
It
card.
wouldn't. It probably wouldn't be as good without the Evo. So I can see it being in C tier.
I think the Evo it maybe bumps it up, but
yeah, because beatdown. A lot of
Bomber
beatdown
does a
does
pretty
play
decent
that.
splash DPS. It's 2 elixir. It used to be 3. When it was 3 elixir, it's just trash garbage. But 2 elixir bomber, it's a pretty decent card. It doesn't hit air, which is a pretty big downside though. So
Really?
goblins have kind of fall from grace, but
I mean, I kind of like
goblins used to
them,
be like
but
a nastier card, like not even 6 months ago.
oh my god,
Yeah,
crazy. I think we put them in D tier.
D tier.
Maybe
I think they're C tier.
I think bomber is better than goblins.
Well, yeah, but there's Lucas. There's like 100 something cards here. We gotta. I think C tier is appropriate. For
Yeah, I'm
goblins.
so ready for the heal spell.
The heal spell. That's not even allowed.
What the Sigma?
What the Sigma?
Okay.
But yeah, goblins high DPS, not as good as skeletons. I think just because they're twice as much elixir. But
yeah,
they do.
but they're
shred
so
stuff.
much better.
They do a lot. Of
yeah,
damage.
they do a lot of damage. And I
Um,
mean, you can play them in cycle decks if your defense just like sucks.
I think spear goblins are better.
I think Spear Goblins goes in B.
B, I could respect it.
I think I like it in B. It's just like a cheap cycle card that's like also good
One of
for
the
air
cheapest
defense.
air defense cards.
Yeah, for sure.
Can they don't do a lot. Like they're not going to be very good against something like Lava Hound or any balloons or anything like that. But they do.
It's
do a
decent
pretty
against
decent amount.
balloons.
It's also a very good card with minor. Spear Goblins plus minor at the bridge. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good pressure for 5 elixir.
Yeah, basically minor decks just love having like defensive cards that can like become offensive if you have a minor at the tower that's already soaking it up, and that's like what the Larrys do. That's what the Spear Goblins do. A lot of these cards just will do pretty good damage to the tower if a minor's there. So a lot of minor decks are gonna like these cards.
Real. Zap, pretty confident D tier
Zap?
for me. Evo Zap,
Evo
different
Zap,
story.
different story.
Regular Zap, trash. This card hasn't been good since like 2018, dude. Like this card, mid.
I
Log,
think it's okay to say that the regular Zap is higher because of the Evo Zap.
no, because the Evo Zap is the only reason the card is good. If you were just playing regular Zap every time, you'd never play it. This
Yeah.
defeats the whole point of ranking the Evo separately.
Maybe.
We're
Maybe.
ranking these as if you're just playing the Zap. The
Okay,
Evo,
well, then,
the
yeah,
Evo
that card
Zap-
sucks. That card sucks if you're playing only the Zap.
Yeah.
It just like there's no
Knight?
value. That's an A tier card.
This card is so good. You know how much value you get for 3
Dude.
elixir?
Tank, good damage dealer.
The DPS on Knight is like I
Not
think
bad. It's
arguably too
respectable.
high. I think it does a lot of damage for the HP it
You're
has.
a Knight like lover. You tell me he's the best Evo in the game so often.
Not anymore. It was for a long time,
But
it's
now
pretty bad.
he's kind of climbing again.
Maybe.
He's pretty good.
I think the regular Knight is just so much value.
I do like the regular Knight.
It's very good.
You don't even have to have him as your Evo.
No.
Archers,
This
I think-
is not the Evo. This is just regular.
Yeah, I think Archers goes like C.
D tier. This card's bad. Literally only good in like basically only Expo.
Yeah, it's like Expo and then some random other decks, but it's just like there's so many arrows in the
Evo
meta.
Archers suck.
Yeah, I'd probably put him in D. But there's so many arrows and like what other spells counter it? Like Log, I think, counters it if you like play it correctly. It can get pretty rough for the Archers.
Yeah.
For sure. It's just I mean, they're a good card if left
Minions,
countered.
Also D.
Same thing.
These cards suck.
Honestly, even worse than like Archers.
These not quite F tier. F tier is like only a couple of cards on this list, but
Yeah.
minions are pretty trash. Like they're just not that much value. Like bats are usually better. Like they'd only really be good with a
I do like bats.
a
Bats is a
minor
really
style
nice
deck,
card.
but like bats are just better with minor because they're 1 less elixir and they give you 5 of a unit. The 5 units. So
And they still do great DPS.
yeah,
Arrow
they
goes
definitely
S
do
tier.
less than minion. Yeah, arrows are just probably.
Yeah, it's a very clean spell. Like you can play it on whatever you want. No. No.
Hograt, no,
We're gonna fight over this.
Okay, fine. Arrows, yeah, three elixir for like a pretty meaningful amount of damage to the tower, and it also just kills so much units. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and it's a huge area that it covers as well. You can take out a pretty large amount of push, or just like damage quite a few troops in a push as well.
Yeah, it's very good now because there's just so much log bait.
Yeah.
And like there's a bunch of small like little troops that would be played without arrows that arrows gatekeep.
And you can kind of get away with playing arrows as like your quote unquote big spell, like cutting fireball or like poison for it, and then playing something like log arrows, because the arrows does do a pretty good amount of damage to the tower.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's like just over half of like a fireball, pretty much.
Cannon. I think that's like S tier. I also
Yeah.
think Cannon. It's the best building in the
Nah,
game.
I think it's A tier.
What? It's the best building in the game by
We're gonna,
far.
the S tier is like gonna be like 10 cards.
Yeah,
we gotta
that's fine.
reevaluate this, but sure, Cannon is probably the best building in the game.
It's so
3
good.
elixir,
Oh
so
my
much
God.
value. We're not going to talk about the Evo, but the Evo is also very strong. But yeah, Cannon does very solid DPS, very solid amount of HP. and it's 3 elixir. It counters like huge amount of patience. Like I'm a big cannon fan because 2.6. Keep in mind we have 3 2.6 cards in S tier already. Just to show you how freaking powerful and goated.
Hog Rider's like definitely B tier. Hog Rider's definitely B tier.
No. Hog Rider is S tier, best win condition in the game. Don't talk to me.
Nope.
Tesla D tier. This
D
card
tier.
sucks.
D tier.
It's funny because
there's literally just no reason to play that.
If
over
this
Cannon.
was like 6-7 months ago, Tesla's the S tier and Cannon's in like B. But the meta kind of shifts when there's a lot of air cards. Tesla gets a lot stronger. But right now there's just not a whole lot of air, and if there is, it's like mostly just Lava Hound. So you can kind of just
and also the Evo Tesla got a lot worse, so this Tesla got a lot worse.
The Evo Tesla was broken for a while because it got like the death ray, so it would do the stun when it's spawned and then died, so you'd get like 2 stuns regardless of what happened.
Oh, yeah.
Which was just shut down like every push. So Tesla sucks now though. It's just like worse than Cannon. It's an extra elixir. Why would you do that?
Real.
Mortar. I think this is like a B tier card.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a decent win con. Like if you're able to protect it, it can get a lot of value, and it's pretty good. It's easy to control where the rocks go as the opponent though, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, just like the pressure that Mortar puts on is quite a bit. And it's also like very versatile because it's a very high HP building, so it's pretty good on defense as well. And you can also, like, if your opponent, say, playing something like Hog Rider, you could do like a high Mortar in the middle to both distract the Hog Rider and still hit.
Yeah, it can be a multi-purpose card. It's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty sick.
Pretty sick. Barbs, I think, is like D tier. I don't think it's F. There's a couple decks that play it, just like those heavy decks that use it for the Evo Barbs.
Barely, yeah. And this is not the Evo Barbs. I think this is F tier. Evo Barbs, we can talk differently, but like literally there's no reason. Like Lava Hound plays Barbs, but they basically only play Evo Barbs. And if they're not playing Evo Barbs, then there's just like no point because
regular Barbs can get a lot of value, but just when
Fireball
is in the meta, it's not good.
Or any spell. They're just like so low HP since they died of Fireball now.
I mean, it literally gets like full counter by a bomber.
Yeah, just also F tier card.
Yeah, Minion Horde is terrible. Like, actually.
Minions were bad. Why would you want to get more minions?
I think we go Tombstone in like C or B.
C or B?
I saw a video a couple days ago.
Oh, Tombstone Clash content.
Tombstone can full counter a Mega Knight.
Since we don't play Pokemon anymore, we only watch Clash content, right?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Tombstone can fully counter a Mega Knight, so it's like pretty good, especially if you're in mid ladder.
Lucas is so scared of Mega Knight.
I hate Mega Knight so much. I understand that's the most mid ladder thing you can ever say.
That is like the most noob thing you could say as a Clash Royale player, saying that Mega Knight's too good.
I don't think it's too good. It's just really annoying. But I do know how to counter it. Like I'm getting way better at going skeletons in the middle, Ice Spirit down low, and then kiting it to the King Tower.
Musketeer?
I think
Easy S tier?
It's not an S tier. I think it's like a B tier.
Top of S?
No, B tier.
Musketeer it did get a buff recently, which made it a little bit better. Its first hit speed is faster, but it's just a lot of decent DPS. Pretty good amount of HP. Lives Fireball with a sliver. Very good with Hog Rider. I'm a big Musketeer fan. Definitely my favorite DPS. Definitely my favorite air defense card. You don't need anything else other than the Musketeer. If you got Cannon, you got Musketeer, you're stopping every flying push. Lava Hound stands no chance against.
It's really good. I do like Musket. It is probably my favorite air defense card in the game, but it's just not that good.
Musketeer. It's not that good, did you say?
It's just not. It's not S tier good.
Bruh.
My bad.
Valky, F tier.
I don't.
I know you love Valkyrie.
I do think it's a pretty good card, but also I know that's another mid ladder thing of me to say. I'd probably put it in B.
Valkyrie is
maybe low A.
I think top C.
Oh yeah, I guess without Evo, yeah, C.
Valkyrie, it's a pretty large amount of HP. Even though it is splash damage, it's still pretty decent DPS on like single targets. Like I think a Hog will get like 3 hits against it, which is not good, but it's not a bad
it's acceptable
case. But also very good against like swarms, good against like goblin gangs and skeleton armies and goblins.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty good. Mini P.E.K.K.A. I think it's like a
tier.
B tier, C tier.
I don't think so. I think ever since like Evo Lumberjack came out, it's kind of like, why would you play this over Lumberjack, right?
Yeah, I mean it has really good DPS, but it's like your mini tank as well. It's pretty good into like Giant and Goblin Giant, which are pretty prevalent in the meta right now.
It's only really good against big tanks. Against big tanks, very good. It's good against things like Knight, Hog Rider. Good against if you're playing against like Valkyrie or that kind of thing.
But it just doesn't have enough HP for swarms.
Yeah, it's good against all these tanks.
Yeah, Fireball goes A.
Real.
Fireball's a pretty good card. I just think it's like constant value. It's really good tower damage. It's pretty cheap. It's good. It's a good card.
Fireball, just like huge value. You know what? Also is in 2.6. Fireball. Because Fireball, you just cycle Fireball in the tower. You Fireball their pushes. You Fireball when they put like something behind the tower and just like clip their Musketeer plus do 200 something damage to the tower. Fantastical value.
Pretty gas.
Bomb Tower, D tier as well.
Yeah.
Mid building.
Probably better than Tesla.
It is better than Tesla, but also mid.
Well, no, Bomb
better.
Tower's played in like minor balloon.
That doesn't mean it's good.
I guess.
Still mid. Giant.
Giant B tier.
B tier? You think Giant's B tier? Who's playing Giant right now?
It's seeing some show in the meta.
Nah, C tier, easy. C
I think it's B tier.
Bruh.
I think it's B.
A Giant does do a decent amount of damage when it goes. Do be punching the tower. Pretty decent amount of HP. I think Giant Graveyard's one of the better Giant decks. That kind of comes in and out of meta. Wizard on its own.
Yeah,
F
it's
tier.
really bad.
Wizard sucks, but Evo Wizard's pretty good.
Evo Wizard's like D tier.
Nah, that thing is broken behind a big push.
No. Yeah, D tier. Like, there's just no reason not to just
literally,
play Inferno.
Cannon
is just the same thing.
Cannon's just the better card.
F tier.
Ooh, first another F tier. A Goblin Hut is
So bad.
Garbage.
So
Literally
bad.
no reason to play this. Just like terrible value. It has such little HP. Basically just dies to Fireball.
Yeah, it's so bad. Elixir Collector's in D.
Yeah, there is like very
like,
heavy tank
yeah.
decks you can play, like Golem. There's some Elixir Golem decks that want to play it.
Like
yes, true.
somewhat,
Three Muskets definitely want to play Collector because you just are playing an Elixir card. But Barb Hut, another F tier.
S tier.
Get out of here. No, I know you're not this bit.
S tier. Get out of
here.
I love Barb Hut.
Barb Hut is so bad.
Dude, I love Barb Hut.
You just watch one YouTube video. Video.
Like 5.
5 YouTube videos about the Barb Hut?
Dude,
Bro's wasting his time.
Yeah.
Barb Hut, terrible
No, it's
value.
a terrible card. It's a horrible card.
Especially when Earthquake comes in the metagame.
But
cooked.
It's really fun, though, so we should put it in S.
No.
Mirror?
F tier.
D tier?
No.
D tier.
Literally, the only time that Mirror is ever good
is in like a single card meta.
No. Yeah. It's when like the Phoenix came out or when like the Goblin Machine came out, these kind of broken cards. It's really good in Legendary's 7-time Elixir Challenge, like Lucas knows.
Dude.
You go double Elixir Golem at the bridge, double Healer, double Log, double Rage.
And then basically your opponent just has to resort to just going rocket at the King Tower.
Still lose. Rage, C tier?
B tier?
B tier?
C tier.
I think C tier. Rage is pretty
I think
good.
it's like
Ever
B.
since they added the damage.
I think it's B.
Maybe.
It can get a lot of value.
I remember when I started been playing Clash Royale since launch, and Rage was always garbage because it was 3 Elixir for a while. It never did any damage, and then they changed it to 2 Elixir and let it kill like skeletons and like bats, spear goblins, really small
Spells, creatures, monsters.
No, troops.
There
we go.
Troops.
And then it does give a pretty meaningful like attack boost. So very good. Like it's not as good as Log as terms like a damage dealing spell, but it's very versatile in that sense. You can use it on smaller things and also use it to push with. So
yeah, I agree. It's pretty good.
Skarmy, D tier.
Yeah, D tier.
It's just like
worst Goblin Gang.
Yeah, especially when you got something like Rage running around, or these like really smaller spells like Goblins don't die to Zap or Rage. So.
Well, Spear Goblins die to Zap.
Yeah, but not regular Goblins.
Yeah, not regular Goblins.
So you definitely get farmed.
Barrels like S tier.
No, without Evo Barrel, this card's pretty bad.
I think it's
Evo Barrel is the really good part.
I still think it's A tier.
C tier.
I still think it's A tier.
Nah,
it's a B tier.
Nah, literally, Log Bait would be irrelevant.
Put it in B.
No, I refuse. Baby Dragon, D tier.
No, it's a pretty good card.
Only Splash Yard.
I think
literally only Splash Yard.
I think it's like C.
Nah, literally only Splash Yard. I swear.
Yeah, maybe. It's like it's kind of mid.
D, F, F, D. Basically just like Lava
It's like Lavaloon, yeah.
Not even like Lumberloon Freeze. Not even Lavaloon.
Yeah, which
There's
is
also Graveyard Freeze, but that's like a pretty old archetype. I don't think that's really that relevant.
Freeze is like okay. It's fun.
Which
F tier? The card's so terrible. Prince is like A.
Were you playing? No, you weren't playing when Broken Witch was out.
No.
They made the skeletons spawn faster and made it into like a single like a not do splash, and it was basically just like way juiced up Musketeer. It was like the best. It was like a mirror level card for a while.
Oh my god.
Prince. Ever since I got the dash,
it's an A tier. He got like a dash boost.
I think it's a pretty solid.
No, it's definitely an A tier.
I don't think it's.
It's so good. It's so good in beatdown pushes. It's like super quick, hard to deal with. Always feels like it connects to the
tower.
tower.
I agree with you because he's got a fire mustache, just like the Knight.
Real. I just think Prince is a good card.
Goatee as well.
I mean, yeah, he's pretty strong. Balloon A tier. Maybe B tier, maybe B.
Nah, not A tier.
Maybe B.
Loon is like just always been a pretty decent win condition.
It's a very high skill win condition.
It's never broken. I wouldn't know about high skill. Like Lumber Loon Freeze is not a very high skill deck.
But like minor rocket.
That's
Loon.
true. Like minor Loon decks have always kind of been around those, definitely. Like any minor deck is a little more controlling higher skill. Giant Skeleton? I have a sweet spot in my heart for
I like Giant
it is a
Skeleton.
D card,
Maybe D or C.
It is like pretty cool. Just being able to like shut down a whole push, basically. Like you just drop the Giant Skeleton, it stalls the push for all because it's got quite a bit of HP, and then just blows up the bomb, which kill like all support troops. So,
which is really sick.
Yeah.
Lightning's an A or S tier card right now.
I think it's not. I mean, all the spells are just broken, sure.
No, I think Lightning's really good because of how good Goblinstein is. It's a full
true.
counter to Goblinstein. It's a full counter to Evo E-Drag.
That's true. Evo Redrag is pretty goated. Expo, probably
D tier. It's such a bad win con right now.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I love Expo though. I love the feeling of gratification you get after a long fought game when you finally get the Expo lock and you just take 1500 HP off their tower. It feels delightful. If you haven't tried it before, please do. Expo, fantastic experience.
Take a hit of the Expo.
P.E.K.K.A, very bad.
Very bad.
The nerf
it
got this guy. Real good.
Yeah, instead of 1.6 tiles, it went down to 1.2 tiles.
Yeah.
It's not great.
P.E.K.K.A used to be like probably the best tank in the game for quite some time. Like it's insane on defense, especially when the Evo P.E.K.K.A was broken. Now that they've changed it, like do like the proportional healing based.
I still play Evo P.E.K.K.A on ladder sometimes when I'm just like trying to win with like bait and minor cycle because I just can't win, and then all of the mid ladder players just like shut down to a decently okay defensive player with P.E.K.K.A.
Yeah, P.E.K.K.A just shuts down most like.
No, like yeah,
pushes.
like you can go like yeah, you can shut down pushes with it, and then when you play like my P.E.K.K.A deck is currently Evo Cannon, Evo P.E.K.K.A, Skeletons, Wall Breakers, Cannon, Bats, Fireball Log.
I'm just sad to see P.E.K.K.A bridge spam go. If P.E.K.K.A bridge spam doesn't have a good P.E.K.K.A, then it kind of sucks. So Golem probably D tier.
Yeah, I don't think the card's not very good right now.
It's just like 8 elixir. There's better tanks. Like if you look at like a giant versus a golem, you kind of get way more value out of a giant.
Yeah, Giant's like basically the same thing.
I think a big
just way
problem
less HP.
that I've noticed since the evolutions came out is these more expensive cards just disproportionately are weaker because of how much harder it is to cycle evos. The cheaper your deck is, the more powerful it is on average because you get to play more evos per game. So these really expensive cards kind of suffer by like a secondary effect of that.
Oh, for sure. I think Giant's like C tier.
Yeah, I think even B tier, like the RG Fisherman Phoenix deck is just kind of always around with Hunter, especially the Evo Hunter.
Evo Hunter and RG is pretty good.
Yeah, I think that deck is like the only viable RG deck, but it's kind of just been pretty good for quite some time now.
It's a very good deck. Three Muskets, it's not F tier. I think it's bottom of D. I think it's bottom of D.
Nah, we gotta give it an F tier.
It's not that bad.
Tell me one time you've played against Evo like this in like how long has it been since you played against Triple Musketeers?
Dude, I don't know.
Exactly.
I think it's D tier. I think it's bottom of D.
Dark Prince?
C tier. I think it has pretty good splash damage. It's a charge troop. All charge troops are really good.
Yeah, ever since the charge troops got like the buff, it's a lot better. Plus the shield is kind of nice to like absorb like any spells. It's good on offensive pushes because it doesn't die to like if they're gonna go like a big fireball into all your troops and stuff. It's
Okay,
nice.
next row. Until Lumberjack, we just go we rapid fire.
S tier poison.
I think it goes
A tier poison.
I think it goes A.
Fireball.
A. Okay. Princess. B tier. Maybe A tier. I like it. It's a very good card in log bait.
I don't think Princess A tier. I think it's B tier. It was like A or S tier right when Duchess was really strong because you could just go Princess at the bridge and then they would like have to counter it into a Duchess and the Duchess would just shred whatever they did. So
Yeah, real. Rapid
Ice
fire.
Wizard
rapid
B.
C tier.
Only really good in Splash Yard.
It's pretty good. Very good card with NATO.
Fire Spirit F.
So
mid.
D.
So mid.
It's not that bad.
Worst Spirit
F tier.
F.
A.
Not A. B.
B. It's pretty good. Like guards give a lot of value.
They don't die to arrows, which is the big thing because arrows are broken. Ever since they changed guards to live arrows, they've been a lot stronger. I think it's just like one of the more effective defensive cards, but I don't think it's like A tier.
Yeah, real. Minor is S tier.
No, Minor's A tier. Minor's been S tier in the game. And it's like the best deck by a lot. I don't think it's the best deck by a lot right now.
Yeah.
Sparky D tier.
D tier. Lava Hound like B tier.
Yeah, Lava Hound's good. I can get behind that.
Lavahound B tier.
Ice Spirit's S tier.
S tier. Such a good card. Oh my god, so much value.
Ice Spirit
Makes defending
and
pushes
Skeletons
so much
are
easier.
just the two best 1 elixir cards. And having 2 1 elixir cards in your deck just makes your cycles so fast.
Yeah.
Bowler,
C tier.
Bowler gets like a lot of value. It's kind of surprising. Like any ground pushes, they just get kind of shut down.
Yeah.
Because the bowler will hit all the support troops
And then
behind
it'll
the
knock
tank.
them back, yeah.
And then do like it kind of like 3 shots fireballies. So log S tier.
Yeah.
Best spell in the game. It's
Log
always
is
been
such
the
a
best
broken spell. Oh my god. It wasn't the best spell for a little bit because it didn't knock back and it was like way shorter and stuff when it first dropped.
Yeah.
No. Rocket. Nope.
Lumberjack?
A tier.
Not A tier, B tier. I don't think without the Evo. It's
You're so modest.
yeah, you gotta be you gotta put the actual A and S tier cards up.
Okay, well then Prince is not A tier if Lumberjack is an A tier.
Okay, bet. B tier.
Okay.
Ice Golem,
Okay.
S tier. Best
No,
pick in the
no,
game.
no.
I'll give it a C tier though.
It's
It's
C
really
tier.
only good in 2.6.
Yeah.
Maybe some balloon decks. It's also good in some balloon decks. because it's a
Specifically,
pretty
yeah.
cheap tank.
It's not bad.
Mega Minion
Give
T-tier.
some
This card
value.
hasn't been good in a long time.
Dude. Yeah.
Inferno Drag, I'll give it like maybe a top of C. It's pretty good.
Yeah. We hit our thing, so
Good
we can
tanks.
talk about some cards more.
Hmm?
We can talk about some cards more now.
Why?
We hit the Lumberjack thing.
Lumberjack thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Graveyard C.
Yeah, it's a pretty good win con, but
I
like
think ever since didn't they take away a skeleton from it pretty recently? I think they did. In one of the more recent balance changes, they took a skeleton out, and it hasn't been as powerful since. You can still get pretty good RNG with the graveyard, but E-Barbs,
especially when there's like a lot of Dark Goblin in the meta, it's pretty bad. I put Royal Barbs in D tier. It's just a fun card.
No. Elite Barbs, A tier Tornado.
Yeah, I think NATO's really good right now. Like
Tornado's always really good. Though.
You see it in like it's really good in Goblinstein. It's good in with Magic Archer, so that's good in Bridge Spam. That's good in like that Goblinstein Magic Archer deck. Tornado just synergizes really well with cards. It's gonna be broken really soon because Evo Executioner's coming out, and that card's insane.
True that.
So yeah, Clone F tier, so bad.
D tier Electro Wizard.
C tier, C tier, C
Nah,
tier.
what deck plays this? Literally what deck?
Any beatdown deck plays
Not
it.
any beatdown.
A lot of
deck?
beatdown decks play it. It's just constant
Yeah,
shock.
well, an A tier or B
B
tier?
tier.
Yeah. Goblin Gang, probably one of the better swarm cards in the game if you're playing like Lockbait or something.
Yeah, I mean,
Dark Goblin.
I'm currently not playing Goblin Gang. I'm playing Dark Goblin over it. I think Dark Goblin's like A tier.
I don't think it's A tier, but it is a good B tier.
It's a very good card. It's bait. It's really good air defense.
It does do quite a lot of DPS.
It's great chip damage.
This is a D tier card.
Like like with Logbait.
Also D tier.
With Logbait, you literally just Dark Goblin the bridge so often just because it forces a response, or else it's like 400 damage to the tower. It's literally a rocket. And Heal Spirit's definitely F tier.
No, it's a one elixir card. He's played because it's one elixir. It's good in like Royal Hogs.
It doesn't see play.
No. It's Royal Hogs. It's good in Royal Hogs exclusively because you get value from the heal. You get 4 times as much value because there's 4 little guys. Bandit C tier, only really good in Bridge Spam.
Bridge Spam. It's like good in some niche decks.
Night Witch, not very good.
I think it's like C tier. I think
Literally,
it's
also,
better.
what is
It's
this?
better than Giant Skeleton. Beat down.
I don't think it's for sure. Skeleton Barrel.
I think it's like a B tier
I
card.
think it's C tier. It's acceptable. It's
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
no,
just
it's definitely C tier.
mid and bait. I think Flying Machine has it's
Same thing. It's probably B. It's a high DPS unit. It's pretty good on
like-
air defense.
I think it's just like basically exclusively in Lava Hound. Cannon Cart C tier.
Yeah, it got a big nerf. It used to be like an S tier card, and then it got a
Cannon
big
Cart
nerf.
kind of goes up and down. I remember when Cannon Cart used to have fast travel speed. That was pretty broken.
Dude, what?
Magonite S tier.
No,
Lucas loves the Magonite.
no,
I
that
think
card's
it's like a C tier
I
card.
think it's like a C tier card.
Mid ladder
okay.
menace, over leveled Magonite are gonna beat like mid players. That's about all.
Yeah, real.
Zappies D tier.
I like Zappies. They're pretty good in Royal Recruits. I like Zappies, but I can see it going in D. I don't think any other deck plays Zappies, but in the decks that do play Zappies, it's a really high value card.
Real. B tier for
Barrel, I think, is B tier. It's a very high skill card.
It's pretty hard to compete with Log though, honestly.
Yeah,
it
Spawning
was
a
better
Barb
than
is
Log
really
for
good.
quite some time, but Hunter B
Okay,
tier.
we are rushing through this like hella.
Well, there's a lot of cards, man.
That's fair.
B tier Hunter.
Yeah, I can see it. It's really good.
DPS,
Yeah,
really good DPS. Really good with Royal Giant. Also, even Hunter is the
with
best.
Fisherman, and Fisherman's a really good
Yeah, because you
card
can
already.
card into the Hunter.
Yeah, and the Hunter is better when it's close up. So
Yeah.
I really like Hunter. I think it's good with Fisherman. Royal Ghost, I think, is a B tier card.
I think it's probably we can go B.
It's definitely B. It's like
Not definitely, but
It's bait. It's splash damage. It's good chip damage to the tower if it gets there.
It's mostly just in British spam, but it's pretty good in British spam.
Magic Archer A tier.
Not A tier. Top of B.
Definitely A tier.
Who plays Magic Archer right now?
A lot of cycle decks. A lot of heavy defense oriented decks.
We'll put it right next to the Tornado. I love Tornado Magic.
Minor should go above Tornado.
What the Sigma?
I think Minor's so good, man. Like, you play all of those cards in the same deck. Rascals is like D tier.
Yeah. I haven't seen people play Rascals in quite some time.
I don't think Rascals and Zappies are in the same argument. I think it's a C tier card. It's pretty good. It's good against Balloon.
I think it's only good in Balloon, actually. The only place I see Snowball is Balloon.
It's really good against Logbait, too. Logbait.
It's not as good as Log.
Yeah. But it's pretty good. Royal Recruits is like a B tier card.
I think Royal Recruits themselves are only D. If you're not playing the Evo, these
cards
stinky without the Evo. B tier Royal Hogs are
definitely B tier.
They're pretty good win con.
Very good win con. One of the better ones in the game. High skill. Very good in cycle.
Very good split lane. Royal Recruits Hog is actually pretty decent.
Especially and then you play Zappies in the same deck. And then you play like
Goblin
Evo
Giant
Barrel.
Without the Evo? D tier?
Yeah. Like maybe, D tier.
Electro Dragon without the Evo?
D tier. It's so bad.
Both cards that are pretty good with the Evos, but not very good without.
Ram Rider, I think.
Ram Rider is probably top of like pretty good C. I don't think it did get the charge boost. Maybe.
But it got nerfed. It got nerfed, but it's a good card.
It's a lot better than it used to be. It used to be like a pretty like D, almost F tier card, but
and it's really good into Balloon. Like you're able to almost full counter it.
Wall Breakers? B?
Yeah, I think it's B. No, I'd probably put it C. I'd put it C. Because the Evo is really good and it will make it B just because it's a lot harder to stop them. Like the problem with regular wall breakers is that they're super easy to counter. So you basically have to play them in a deck that like requires a lot of answers. And then just like at the end of your push, you throw a wall breaker in the other lane and they just can't finish it. They can't respond.
Earthquake.
A tier.
A tier?
Maybe B.
Isn't this literally? It's just literally Hog Rider and Royal Hogs.
But it's very good in those decks.
I do think so. I'll give it B. I don't think it's A tier though.
Maybe not A tier. I think A tier are all cards that you can play in like other decks and not be mad.
How to make spawner players cry. I think Goblin Cage is pretty solid.
Goblin Cage without the Evo is like D tier.
Yeah, pretty mid building. Doesn't even stop Hog Rider.
Without Evo, you play Cannon over
Fisherman,
it. Fisherman's
I think it's B.
I think it's B. I think
it's only good in really like the Royal Giant deck, but it's very good in that deck.
It's so good in that deck.
Elixir Golem.
C. Maybe.
I think this is just like a pretty mid deck. Like if you're playing well, you're just gonna get a huge counter push against this. Healer also like
it's F. It's F.
F tier.
It's F tier. It's only
so
bad.
I think probably C tier for the.
Yeah, I think Firecracker's a decent card.
Yeah.
Evo Firecracker's like also probably B.
Yeah.
No, I think it might be.
Probably C as well.
I like it. I think I'd put it in B.
I don't think it's.
I really like it. It's very good in cycle decks. Is you can just go Royal Recruits and then it's basically a big chunk of your defense is in that Royal Recruit.
Skeleton Drags C. They're good in air decks.
Yeah, I agree. I think Royal Recruits. I think Royal Delivery should be in B.
Bruh.
I think Royal Delivery is a very strong card.
So mid, but sure. Just to make you happy. There you go. Ice Spirit or Electro Spirit?
E-Spirit should probably go in like B.
B? Okay.
B.
Worse than Ice Spirit by a lot.
Yeah.
So give them the King Tower activation?
Yeah, it gives them King Tower activation, but it's really good into what is it good into?
Stuff.
Jeez. It's good in like beatdown decks because then you can go like E-Spirit. Right? I think it's like C tier.
Is this better than? Sure. It's pretty decent. It's good with Tornado because you can tornado all the things into the radius and then they all just kind of get shredded by the ability.
Oh, yeah.
Electro Giant has been like the S tier tank before, but it's kind of just...
And that's one of the few cards that you can say Mirror was good in the meta that had Prime E-Giant.
Mother Witch, probably C tier?
Definitely not C tier. It's D tier. This card's so bad.
I don't think it's that bad. I've seen it quite a bit. You got to put Royal Delivery.
Okay.
Drill, I think it's probably like a B tier.
Yeah, it's a B. It's okay.
I think this is one of the highest skill cards that I've seen, and like I don't play this card because I suck at it because it's such incremental value that your defense has to be so impeccable because even if you're giving up a little bit of damage each defense, your drill does like nothing if they counter it. It does like 60 damage or something. So it's you
have to play very good defense.
Very, very well.
Very good defense. But a lot of decks that play the drill aren't playing the Evo drill.
True.
Which it just goes to show how good of a card it is. We're on Golden Knight's like F.
I think it's not F. D. It got a buff to its ability like a while back, and it's been like acceptably playable every once in a while since then. But the other hard thing with champions is like you can only play one, so you have to compete with all the others.
Archer Queen I think is B.
Yeah, Archer Queen's really ever since it got like the buff to the ability, it just does so much damage. The extra 0.5 seconds of invisibility. And
It's so good.
hitting.
Yeah, that card's
If
so
this thing
gas.
connects on tower, it literally takes it like 2,000 damage just from the ability itself.
It's so gas.
Skeleton King, I think C tier. Skeleton King with bait.
It's an okay card.
It can be pretty good. Like there's some like skeleton barrel decks with this that are pretty strong.
Yeah, because you're just gonna get like an insane amount of skeletons spawning from it.
Yeah.
Mighty Miner,
Also
I think
think
it's B. I think it's in B.
I think it's basically only in like Royal Hogs and some Hog EQ.
Hog EQ plays Archer Queen.
Sometimes they play this.
Yeah.
It's kind of somewhat interchangeable. This is better in like heavier tank metas because you can just like infer.
Yeah. Phoenix is like C.
Also only really good in Royal Giant, but very good in that deck.
But it's so much worse than like Fisherman and Hunter.
When this card came out, broken card.
Why?
What? It was just a mirror fest.
Why?
Because the egg would spawn of another full HP Phoenix instead of the half HP one.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was broken. Monk, probably D
D
tier.
tier, it's not very high value.
Yeah, I think this is worse than
It
Golden Knight.
used to be
Little
good.
Prince, probably C.
I like it in C tier. It's a fun card. I enjoy using it.
It's mostly just good because it's a 3 elixir champion for the 3-card cycle. That's the main reason it's good. Little Prince has been very broken, but it's kind of gotten to a place of being quite balanced. Even
Can you copy champions off Mirror?
No, because you can only have one champion and play at a time.
Okay.
That's why you can't get like 2 from Mirror. Void probably D tier.
I had D tier.
This card used to be like broken.
Yeah.
When it came out. It was just like 3 elixir like rocket basically. It was insane. Demolisher.
I think it's also like D tier.
Yeah,
It's not that bad.
it's kind of adjacent to Giant Skeleton in a way. I think actually since Demolisher came out, Giant Skeleton has seen basically nothing because it's kind of like the same thing but for Elixir. You can kind of just play it in the middle in front of a push and then it'll get like a hit or two and then just run in and blow up and like do the pushback and everything. So
Damage amplification is up next.
F tier.
Have you seen the Ken videos with the damage amplification?
No.
All he talks about now is fucking damage amplification. Wait. Oh no.
First swear word.
No.
Not for kids.
Damage amplification. My bad. I didn't mean to do that.
Goblin
My
Machine?
bad. Goblin Machine.
F-tier?
I think it was
This
like
card's so bad.
yeah, so bad.
So bad.
Bush same.
D tier.
I think it's F tier.
No, you can play like bait in with Suspicious Bush. Like it is an acceptable card. It's very not good, but it's like it has a niche. Goblinstein S tier.
Oh yeah. Goblin is so gas.
It's the same thing as when Little Prince came out. They always just make a broken champion that they just can't nerf enough. This thing's ability is just so strong.
Yeah, its ability is literally like able to carry defense on its own. Do you think this deck in S tier would work if you played this deck?
Probably. It would be like pretty not great, but it would be acceptable. Like you'd probably win some games. That does look like a solid deck. Rune Giant.
Let's go Berserker first.
No, Rune Giant.
Okay, Rune Giant I think is like B tier.
Rune Giant's pretty good. The damage buff it gives is pretty high. You kind of have to play like a specific deck, but Berserker C tier?
B tier.
B tier?
Gives a lot of value. It's a very
It's 2
high
elixir.
DPS. For 2 elixir, it's a cheap cycle card. It's really good on defense. Really good with Rune Giant. Yeah.
We're to the Tower Troops.
Okay, Tower Troop.
And then
Tower. Princess Tower. Cannoneer. Let's start with Cannoneer. Cannoneer is like
B, C?
C. I think
Yeah.
Cannoneer's in C. It's a decent card. Royal Chef's in D.
Yeah,
This
Royal
card's
Chef.
terrible.
It got nerfed.
It got nerfed to the ground, man.
I think
saw
Duchess
the
is
patch
probably
notes
A,
for
and
it.
then S is probably Princess Tower.
Yeah, I think Duchess is like. I don't know. I don't know which one's better. This
think
one's
it's-
really good right now, just because of how strong bait is.
Yeah. I still think Princess Tower is on average better, though.
Yeah, so we can go S tier for this one.
Yeah.
How do you want to do the Evos? Do you want to reset the page?
Probably. This is getting really tedious to scroll through. Okay, so this is our complete tier list without the Evos. I think Lucas is correct. We should reset the page, but let's give a final scroll through for anybody. Give us a little scroll. Obviously, the best card is Hog Rider, though.
No, Rocket.
So, yeah.
Oh,
This is here. Just
yeah, you got it.
we got the slow scroll through here. You can see all of our excellent opinions.
Excellent. We're very good at Clash Royale.
We are the best Clash
We are
players.
so good at
Top
Clash.
ladder.
Yeah.
I'm basically number 1 in the world already.
Yeah, I get the
this is
fantasy
basically
emotes
law.
from Path of Legends.
Yeah. So that is the tier list. We're gonna reset it and we're gonna do Evos. Okay, we have now brought to you the Evolutions tier list. Since we're the best Clash Royale
Yeah.
channel, we're the Clash Mine.
The correct Evolutions ranking.
Yes, Clash Mine here.
Yes.
Clash Mine.
None of these guys exist.
No.
Pretend these are all. This
These
guy's
are-
minions. This guy's lumberjack. This guy's hog rider. This guy's Inferno Dragon.
They're actually all hallucinating. These are all Clash Royale characters. They don't need to imagine anything. They just need to stop hallucinating. These are not Pokemon.
I agree. This is canon up here.
Real. Start off with the A-tier skeletons. Definitely not as good as when they were 4, when they hit faster on the first attack and they changed just insanely easily.
Yeah,
but
no, that was prime time, dude. I remember laying in bed and just like putting down Evo skeletons,
and then
just
go
and I'd be like, hell yeah,
counter the 20 elixir push, and then take 3 crown them.
But because you're in mid ladder, people see 3 Evo skeletons hit the bridge, and they're like, oh my god, I have to counter this or else it's gonna chain.
Yeah, they do always zap them. Like, you basically always get a positive elixir trade off of these.
It's so funny.
Definitely less good than it used to be. Not S tier anymore. Definitely used to be just a no-brainer S tier. I think Firecracker's like
C tier. There's so many. There's so much arrows and
it
like.
Dies to arrows. It used to live arrows. So much better when it did.
Yeah, but like honestly, it's annoying. It's an annoying card.
It is really annoying. If you don't have arrows, and you're basically always going to get a negative elixir trade because you have to kill this, otherwise it's just going to hit like 500-600 damage on your tower at least. So,
which we don't like.
B tier?
Yeah, I think B tier. It's pretty good in bait.
Good with minor.
Yeah, good DPS.
They heal pretty well. They don't die to small spells as soon as they've had like 1 nibble, so you basically have to arrows these. Another kind of similar to how skeletons basically always get a positive elixir trade. These do as well. You basically have to hit them with a arrows or higher. So
yeah,
Knight I think
it's also B tier. It's like a decent card.
This card was so broken when it came out.
Yeah, it's just like a really good tank.
This thing used to have more HP, take like 80% less damage, and have higher DPS and faster hit speed. It was insane. But they've basically just made it so it takes less damage now. Evo Mortar also is a C tier or B tier?
I think it's
pretty good.
Probably better than Firecracker.
Yeah. It's just like...
I think it's B. No, it's probably C.
It does a lot of damage. If it connects to the tower, it's doing a lot.
Yeah.
The Goblin just starts... Get him. Evo RG... pretty strong.
I think Evo RG, just because of how good Royal Giant is right now, is probably...
I think it's C as well.
I think it's C, just because in some versions of the RG list, they're not even playing.
Yeah, but it is pretty good.
Evo.
Like, the pushback, things like Barbarians that would normally really well counter this thing, it get like 2 or 3 hits.
Skeletons is definitely B tier.
Nah.
Because we are putting Royal Recruits in A tier for sure, and Royal Recruits just absolutely clears Skeletons.
I think it's fine. We can put these in A tier. I think skeletons are still goated. It's just the 1 elixir card. Every deck plays like skeletons anyways, so if you don't have a second Evo, you just play second Evo skeleton.
I guess, yeah.
These are really good. Charge if you break the shield. These just like...
And dual lane pressure is like goated.
Pressure, yeah. Just so much of it.
Oh, yeah.
You love the Evo Valkyrie.
I think it's a pretty good card. I would say it's B tier. It's a very... Maybe A tier.
I think a B tier is appropriate, but very good on defense.
Very
just
good
like
on defense.
Insane against like Hog
It's
Rider
also good
or
in
big
the air.
tanks.
Like it's good in the air, which is crazy.
If they have a ground unit, yeah.
Yeah.
But Tesla, D tier, F tier.
F tier. I mean, they announced today that it's going to get buffed. The shockwaves are going to do way more damage.
But this is the current one. So.
Yeah, so that's F tier. It's super bad. D tier.
The regular archers suck really bad, so it's really hard to make these playable because the regular ones are so bad. But these are good in Expo.
Yeah, I agree.
Probably an S tier one, right?
I think it's an A tier.
What? This card's broken.
I don't think it's S tier, but this card's really good.
This card gets way better when Duchess sucks. So.
Yeah. When Cannoneer's like best Chow troop, it's like by far and away the best Evo.
This card's pretty good. Goblin Giant Evo.
I think it's like probably B. I think it's B tier. Like it's so good, man. It's just like every beatdown deck is playing.
Spawns a lot of Spirit Goblins.
Yeah, Spirit Goblins go crazy with this. D tier.
Yeah, this is definitely not F. But the Wizard just the problem with Wizard is kind of so squishy for 5 elixir, but its DPS is really strong, and the shield protects it from like rocket, lightning, fireball. So it's very powerful in like really good like heavy beatdown decks, but nothing really else. I'd say this is also D tier.
Yeah, because P.E.K.K.A got a nerf, it made it so that Battle Ram got a big nerf.
Yeah, I think maybe debatably F, but I believe it for D for now.
No, I think it's S tier.
This card
S tier.
I have always been a believer in Evo Ice Spirit. It used to be everyone's like F tier Evo, and I'm just like, this thing freezes when it was 3 freezes. It freezes as long as a freeze spell for 1 elixir. That's insane.
Hey, why did people ever think this card is bad?
I don't know.
And then 1 month, people were just like, oh my god, wait, this card's broken.
It's so much value. Even now that it's 2, it does like a fireball's worth of damage to the tower.
It's like a little bit less than a fireball's worth. Yeah. It's so broken, man. I love playing Evo Ice Spirit in every single one of my cycle decks.
I think this is probably B.
I think it's B tier. Really good in beatdown.
Really good in beatdown.
Really good in beatdown. Like Lava Loon Cycle is playing. Not Lava Loon Cycle. Lava Loon is playing.
Lava Hound.
With Lava Loon. Loonhound.
Real.
Loonhound.
I don't have much experience with the hunter.
Me neither.
Is it good?
I think it's okay. I'd say like B or C.
Okay.
It's definitely not as good as like any of the cards in B.
Okay, bet.
Pretty good. Very good defensive
stuns them,
card.
traps them.
Yeah.
Shoots them with
Evo
100
Cannon
damage.
is easily S tier.
Super good.
Such a good card. Oh my
Okay,
god.
you know how we said cannon's insane? What if we told you it just like lays a blanket of artillery fire across the whole map?
Yeah, and
It's
then
nuts. And
kills like all of those like weird annoying support troops.
like 3 elixir or lower. Like any like dart goblins, archers, princess, those kind of squishier
Firecracker.
Yeah. Those like arrows tier cards die to this.
And then all of the like minions and air
True.
troops, like
C
it
tier
helps
wall
against
breakers?
that. I think it's B tier.
These
I think
cards-
Evo wall breakers is like pretty good. Minor wall breakers is pretty good. It's good in making split lane pressure. It's harder to kill.
This is probably
F tier.
Yeah.
Barbarian is
Business.
also like it's barely D tier.
Yeah. Only very select Lava Hound decks play this. This is pretty good. Like
That's B
BA.
tier. I'd say like top of B.
Basically, it makes people play Lightning.
Yeah.
This is so good in beatdown and air decks.
Completely shuts down
Dark
pushes.
Goblin C.
B tier, bottom of B.
I think
Bottom
C.
of B.
I think top of C. Top of
Okay,
C.
I'm okay
It
with
was
that.
good. It got a bit of a nerf, I think. Evo.
I think
Mega
Dark
Knight.
Goblin is just like so good because now you know how I was talking about like you can just put it at the bridge and it does like 400 damage.
Yeah. That is like 1,000.
Now not 1,000. Now it does like 500, 600, and it's like really good against beatdown because you can just like Goblin and then like Evo not Evo like skeletons or Knight or like a tanky thing, and then it just goes into full blown poison and starts like literally killing everything in that push.
Evo Mega Knight A tier.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. It's pretty good.
The thing about Evo Mega Knight that just makes me wow out is like, how do you kill a regular Mega Knight? Tanks. How do you kill an Evo Mega Knight? I don't know. 'Cause you know what it does to your tank? It goes, and
then-
it sends it back to your tower, and then it jumps onto your tower and splashes both of them. I mean, I'm not a noob, so I can beat this because I play 2.6, but Lucas seems to struggle with this all the time.
So 2.6, basically, like literally the only way to beat an Evo Mega Knight is to go skeletons, Ice Spirit, and just send it to your King Tower and
then
just like
Ice-
pray.
No. You can go. I call it the triangle. You go cannon, musketeer, and then skeletons. It has to kill all 3 skeletons because you surround, and then you ice spirit so it doesn't jump, and then you ice golem, and then by the time that's all happened, your tower plus your cannon plus your musketeer have shredded the thing. So
Well, you don't even need the Ice Golem at that point.
why not?
I don't think you need it at that
Segment
point.
wallet. Bomber,
B tier.
pretty mid. This card used to be insane.
Yeah.
It, like triple bounced and could throw from your bridge and just like double bounce on the tower, and you just like couldn't not take hundreds of damage from the bomber.
But then it got nerfed. It cannot hit the same troop twice.
Yeah, and it used to be 1 cycle. I think it's 2 now.
No, it was 2. It's always been 2.
No, it was 1.
It's always been 2. Since I've been playing, remember that one guy at the airport that just would not stop talking?
Yes, the evolved bomber in Clash Royale was a 1 cycle.
Oh god.
L.
No.
Musketeer. Pretty
I think this
decent.
card is like C.
Maybe bottom of C.
It's
It snipes stuff from in the back of the map. That's all it does.
But it's not bad.
Evo Pekka's
F tier.
Yeah, this
F
card
tier.
used to be insane, best Evo. But then they like made it proportional, so it heals less damage from low HP troops.
And
Instead of just like gaining HP off of a Skarmy. You thought it's the same thing as Evo Mega Knight. You thought that your P.E.K.K.A. would be countered by swarming cards, not the Evo P.E.K.K.A. because it just heals. It used to heal like 12%.
but
off
the
of each
proportional one, it was still one of the better Evos in the game.
kill. Yeah,
And then the range thing just absolutely
double
killed
whammy
it.
the P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Drill C.
C tier. It's an okay card.
This card used to be really broken.
Yeah, because you used to do spawn damage.
Yeah, 3 times. So it would automatically do like 150 or so, and then it would just spawn goblins every time. But Evil Lumberjack,
S tier. S tier.
pretty insane.
Easy S tier.
Getting
Like,
a nerf though.
It's getting a nerf. Now it's a 2 cycle evolution, but the ghost does more damage.
Yeah.
I mean, the only decks that really play it that are like really good is are Beatdown, and Beatdown can't really 2 cycle Lumberjack more than maybe twice in a game.
Yeah.
So
And then Goblin Cage, probably a C tier card.
I think it's B.
Fine.
It's really good into Beatdown.
Yeah,
Very
just
high
swallows
value.
up a whole tank. Just 1 unit, it's just gone. Just gets beat up by the Goblin Bully. He's the goat.
Okay, let's do another re-ranking of all of the Clash cards.
Oh, so That.
What did I do? Oh, God.
That's our evolutions tier list. So please take this as like scripture, gospel. This is like the definitive evolutions.
We are
tier
the
list.
best Clash
We're the
Royale
Clash
player
Mind.
ever.
Best Clash content.
The Clash Mind.
No more Pokemon content. We hate Pokemon now. We only do Clash Royale. Definitely not April Fools.
No, wait, what's that?
What? It's not April Fools. What is April Fools? I don't know.
No, like we're gonna be posting more Clash content.
Clash content every day. Me and Lucas are gonna just post Mega Draft friendly battles.
Literally, what we're gonna do is we're not gonna leave our house and we're gonna sit there playing Clash Royale and we're gonna post it every day.
Yes.
For the rest of our life.
Yes. We're going to post so much Clash Royale content that you're going to just, like, love Clash Royale forever. And you're just like, yay, Clash Royale!
Yay, Supercell! Woohoo!
And we'll be like, real. So thanks for watching the Clash Mind today. We hope you guys have a wonderful month of April. Hope April 1st went fantastical for you. I'm so glad we've made this switch over to Clash Royale content, and I'm very excited to have you back for more. Lucas, do you have any shout-outs to make? No, because we don't
Supercell.
Supercell. Only Supercell.
I love Supercell.
We love Supercell. We did all our Pokemon socials. We don't even have social media anymore. We're only playing Clash Royale.
I've offered the Supercell developers my entire collection because they changed my life.
Yeah, I liquidated all my Pokemon cards and donated it to Supercell so they could. And you know how I donated
to
it?
Supercell?
I bought gems and I bought all the emotes because I love emotes and I go real. Thank you for watching.
Goodbye.
See you later.